So far, we have seen different ways on how to target specific elements in our HTML document. CSS gives us ways to do this so that depending on your situation, you can target the particular element you want to target. We have learned how to target elements generally, elements with classes, and a combination. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to target an element depending on the location or where it is located in the document. For example, I can target an element and only apply an effect to it if it is located within a paragraph, or a div, or any other element. Now, let us go to look at the web page of this document. It's a normal document, but some CSS is applied. We have the header, H1, we have a first paragraph with some CSS, we have the second paragraph, and in the second paragraph you can see that the programming languages have the strong element applied to them. And then you have a third line that is not a paragraph but a div. Now from here, let's go ahead to look at the CSS. We are going to handle it one by one. Let us look at the div strong CSS. Now this structure of having an element, a space, and another element means that for each strong element located within a div element, the color of the strong element should be fuchsia. I hope I pronounced that well, but a shade of pink. So this is saying any strong inside a div should have a color fuchsia. Now let's go back to the code. We have a bunch of strong elements in this document, but the only strong that is inside a div is the last line. So we have an outer div, and inside the div we have a text surrounded by strong. Because this strong is surrounded by an outer div, that CSS will apply to the strong. So whatever text is within this strong will have a color fuchsia. Fuchsia, or I'll call it pink for now. So that is why that strong element is pink. If you notice, the other programming languages, Java, Python, C++, that had strong applied to them remained black. Those strong elements are located within a paragraph and not a div. If you had changed it to paragraph, the CSS will apply to those. Now let us talk about the second CSS command, h1 plus p. Now this is different from the first, which says a strong located within a div. What this describes is a paragraph that comes after an h1 tag. So this means if you have an h1 tag and the next tag after it is closed is a paragraph, then the paragraph should have a color blue. Now this one is talking about what precedes a tag. The last one was talking about what is located within the tag. So remember, in the code we actually have two paragraphs, but the only paragraph that comes after h1 tag or h1 element is the first paragraph. So based on that rule, the CSS applies to that. So that is why when we went to the web page, we found out that the only paragraph that has that color is the first paragraph. So this is our ways of applying CSS to elements depending on the order and location of the elements. You can also combine this and make it more complex, but for now this is just simple. And without doing much, we are able to achieve this look on our web page by telling the CSS who the CSS should target depending on the location of the element.